In the Shrek franchise, each film presents a unique villain that challenges the titular ogre and his friends in various ways. In Shrek Forever After, the fourth installment of the series, Rumpelstiltskin emerges as the main antagonist. Unlike his predecessors such as Lord Farquaad, the Fairy Godmother, and Prince Charming, Rumpelstiltskin's fate is left somewhat ambiguous at the end of the movie. While Farquaad was devoured by a dragon, the Fairy Godmother was obliterated by a spell mishap, and Prince Charming was presumably crushed under a tower, Rumpelstiltskin is last seen trapped in a cage, yet alive. This raises the intriguing question, what happened to Rumpelstiltskin after the events of Shrek Forever After? Let's explore some theories ranging from the straightforward to the more fantastical, based on an analysis of Rumpelstiltskin's character and the lore of the Shrek universe. First, let's remember who Rumpelstiltskin is, what he did in the movie, and what happened the last time we saw him. Rumpelstiltskin is the main antagonist in Shrek Forever After, and he's a cunning deal maker who tricks Shrek into signing a contract that alters reality. In the new timeline created by the contract, Rumpelstiltskin rules far, far away, and Shrek never existed. As Shrek attempts to restore the original timeline, he discovers that true love's kiss is the key. Eventually, Shrek and Fiona succeed in nullifying Rumpelstiltskin's contract, restoring the original reality. In the end, Rumpelstiltskin is captured and locked in a cage for his crimes. What happened after that? The most straightforward theory is that Rumpelstiltskin was arrested and imprisoned for his crimes against Far, Far Away. After all, his actions in Shrek Forever After were nothing short of treasonous. He manipulated Shrek into signing a contract that altered reality, leading to a dystopian version of Far, Far Away where he reigned supreme. The magical contract essentially stole a day from Shrek's life, and he used his cunning and trickery to create chaos. Given the gravity of his crimes, it's logical to assume that the authorities, possibly under King Arthur or the new royal regime, would have imprisoned Rumpelstiltskin for his malicious deeds. However, the Shrek universe, known for its whimsical take on classic fairy tales, might not stop at a mere imprisonment. It's worth considering whether the punishment was proportionate to the crime. Rumpelstiltskin's incarceration could be more complex, involving magical restraints to prevent him from using his reality warping contracts or his considerable knowledge of magic for nefarious purposes. This leads us to a sub-theory that perhaps Rumpelstiltskin was held in a special, magically fortified prison designed to nullify his powers. Given the severity of Rumpelstiltskin's actions, another plausible theory is that he was executed far, far away. While often portrayed as a whimsical and light-hearted kingdom, has shown that it is not above harsh punishments, and Rumpelstiltskin killed King Harold and Queen Lillian in the alternate timeline, as well as hundreds, if not thousands of ogres, and he enslaved almost everyone. That is a pretty heavy crime. In this theory, after his capture, Rumpelstiltskin could have been tried for his crimes, and considering the extent of his betrayal and the potential threat he posed, the kingdom's leadership might have decided that execution was the safest option. Another plausible thing that could have happened to Rumpelstiltskin is that he escaped, as he is known for his cunning and cleverness and may have found a way to escape his confinement. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, his resourcefulness should not be underestimated. Rumpelstiltskin's mastery over magical contracts and deals is his defining trait. It is possible that while in captivity, he used his silver tongue to negotiate a new deal with an unsuspecting guard or even a higher up in the magical hierarchy. This theory posits that Rumpelstiltskin managed to convince someone to sign a contract using his magical prowess to escape. Perhaps he promised his liberator great wealth, power, or the fulfillment of a personal desire, only to twist the terms of the agreement to his advantage, as that is his modus operandi. Once free, Rumpelstiltskin could have gone underground, plotting his revenge against Shrek and the kingdom of Far, Far Away. However, not all villains are beyond redemption, and Rumpelstiltskin might be no exception. Another theory suggests that after his defeat and subsequent imprisonment, Rumpelstiltskin underwent a period of reflection and perhaps remorse, realizing the error of his ways and the pain he caused, he might have chosen to reform himself. In this scenario, Rumpelstiltskin could have been given a second chance, possibly through a deal with Shrek or another influential character. Perhaps he was released on the condition that he would use his magical abilities for good, assisting the kingdom in some capacity. He might have been put to work as a magical advisor, using his extensive knowledge of contracts and spells to protect Far, Far Away from other magical threats. This would be a poetic turn of events, with the former villain now working to undo the harm he once caused. Another thing important to remember is that Rumpelstiltskin is a master manipulator, and it's conceivable that he could have devised an even grander scheme while in captivity. Perhaps during his imprisonment, he used his cunning to forge alliances with other disgruntled magical beings or former allies from his reign over the dystopian version of Far, Far Away. This other theory suggests that Rumpelstiltskin was not merely biding his time, but actively plotting a comeback. Using his network and his skills, he could have orchestrated a series of events leading to a prison break. Once free, Rumpelstiltskin would likely seek to regain his former power using new magical contracts and perhaps even darker, more dangerous forms of magic than before. This could set the stage for a new dramatic return in a potential sequel where he would pose an even greater threat than before, having learned from his past mistakes and ready to enact a foolproof plan of revenge against Shrek and his friends. Taking a more realistic approach, it is possible that after his defeat, Rumpelstiltskin was stripped of his more dangerous powers but allowed to roam free, but in a diminished capacity. In this scenario, he becomes something of a wandering trickster figure, traveling from village to village, using his cunning and magical abilities in smaller, more mischievous ways rather than seeking outright domination. Rumpelstiltskin could become a recurring nuisance rather than a significant threat, using his contracts and deals to cause minor chaos wherever he goes, but always keeping a low profile to avoid the wrath of the authorities or Shrek himself. This would be a fitting role for his character, combining his love for mischief and his skill in manipulation without posing a significant threat to the kingdom at large. However, I find this unlikely, and I don't think Shrek the Ogre and everyone that was affected by him would let him escape. And those were some theories that may explain what happened to Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek 4 after the movie. Tell me your thoughts about these theories in the comment section. Follow me if you want to watch more funny videos like this one. Bye!